Okay guys, Brent Hull Build Show, talking today about toolboxes and why toolboxes matter today, right? We don't build them like this anymore, but you are still presenting yourselves to clients in a way, and you are communicating how professional you are today in the Build Show. So guys, in the past, the toolbox was a calling card. It was a way of demonstrating to your client your level of craftsmanship, what you understood. In this video, you'll see toolboxes with incredibly ornate inlays, incredibly ornate veneers, ivory knobs. You'll see some things that are way over the top, but they did those things because that communicated their level of skill and their level of craftsmanship. And I remember asking an instructor in North Bennett Street, if in the past you had a toolbox that showed the type of joinery and that showed the type of craftsmanship you are, was really your business and calling card, what is it today that communicates that same way? Probably the most famous toolbox is a toolbox by Benjamin Seton. Early 1800s, maybe late 1700s, he built a toolbox. His dad was a craftsman. His dad bought him a set of tools. He built this amazing toolbox, but he never used it, right? So he builds this wonderful toolbox. He gets ready to go into the trade, and he takes a left turn and becomes an auctioneer and never uses his tools. There's like 270 tools in this toolbox, and it is the only kind of known toolbox where we have all the tools that a craftsman used at that period. Now, his dad was a cabinet maker, and so it speaks to the style of the cabinet box and the beauty of the figuring and everything else that he put into it. But it gives us a glimpse into, how a guy stored his box and how he used them. These toolboxes teach us a lot about the kind of work a craftsman did. The H.O. Studly Toolbox, which is another very famous toolbox, I think it's at the Smithsonian now. He was a piano maker and an organ maker. 1900s, I think, is when he did, but there is ivory inlay, there's beautiful tool work, and it too has over 200 tools in this hanging toolbox that's 20 by 40 by about 9 inches deep. An amazing set of craftsmanship. So we no longer have the toolbox as necessarily a calling card. This is from about 1870. Notice that there's dovetail joinery here, right? There's dovetail joinery in this box as well. Now this box would have been used and it's kind of riveted and straightened on the top. It lifts up, and there's slots in here and slides for different tools, so you could have gotten access to different tools that you would have used. Up here, they might have had this little tray here for brads and another kind of work. So really thinking about how they would have stored their tools, how they would have worked and everything is really interesting. Stanley got into the tool maker got into the toolbox, and this is more of a tool tote, okay? So this might be something that would stay at the shop that you would use. This might be something that you would carry every day and go to the job site, right? You would put different tools in here, and they had the sliding trays, place for saws, and place for different tools, but this would have been something you would have carried to your job site, maybe if all your main tools were home. This is a toolbox that I got recently. It's a kid's toolbox, right? So the model tool chest for boys. Look at some of the tools in here, right? Look at that saw, right? I don't think they would sell these today. There's a big saw and a little saw. There's a draw knife, oh my word, and a spoke shave, right? So, and that's pretty sharp. All kinds of cool tools in here, a mini level, right? All to get your little guy going. It reminds me of Christmas Story. Remember when he wanted a BB gun? His mom says, no, you'll shoot your eye out. And then Santa Claus says, no, you'll shoot your eye out. And then he goes, and the first time he's using the gun, ricochets and it hits him in the eye. Fun, great tools for your toolbox. So the reason we study toolboxes is it's important to think about how you're presenting to clients. One of the first guys I had work for me was an older gentleman. He was probably 50, 55. I was, late 20s. And he really taught me about building and about how to prepare for each day. And I remember his tool truck and his toolbox. He would go home at night and he would set up the tools, right, for the next day. He would set up the tools that he wanted to use. So drywall tools this day, framing stuff this day. And each day he prepared for his work. How you present yourself to clients. Do you drive up with your pickup truck and our tool just hanging out the back and you look, completely disorganized? Or are you showing up, everything is in its place, everything is organized, everything is figured out, right? Those things communicate the kind of craftsman you are. They demonstrate how you are thinking about work, right? They demonstrate to clients how serious you take your task. And just like these toolboxes, which are carefully made, carefully constructed, showing off the joinery, there are still things that you're showing clients today that may not be, as relevant as this, but I guarantee you the way you dress, the way you show up, the way you present yourself is going to communicate to the client how good you are. One of the things I'm excited about is Job Boxes is working with the Build Show, and I'm going to be using a new job box on our job site. It has an architect's desk. It completely opens up. It shuts down. It allows us to keep all of our security things, all of the safety measures, all of the things that we need on a job site in one place, and I'm really excited about that. So we hope that that is something that shows our clients that we really care about the job, we really care about professionalism, and all of these little things are communicating to your client all the time about how good you are and what you really care about. So guys, here's a little challenge. Watch this video and then send me pictures of a toolbox you're proud of. Send me videos of something, direct message us, Hull Millwork, Hull Homes. Show us what you've got, how you're demonstrating to your client your professionalism. Let's get a good discussion going, talking about how we communicate how good we are in a day when there are no longer toolboxes like this, but we're still demonstrating to clients how good we are and how much we care about our trade. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Hull Millwork, Hull Homes. I'm Brent Hull. Thanks for watching.